If you're torn between Knoxville, Tennessee and Murfreesboro, Tennessee, you're not alone. They're similar sized cities and they have several commonalities, but they have some differences as well. Stay tuned for what you need to know if you're thinking of living here. What's up, y'all? I'm Rachael. I'm a realtor in Murfreesboro, Tennessee with eXp Realty, and today I'm joined by my eXp colleague, Haley Jones in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hey, what's up? I'm Haley Jones, a real estate agent based out of Knoxville, Tennessee, brokered by eXp Realty. So I just want to say, Rachael is saying this whole thing is not a competition. However, I'm pretty competitive and Knoxville's pretty awesome. That being said, I am super excited to share some really cool things about life in Knoxville, Tennessee with you. I cannot wait until you see the end of this video because I'm going to tell you my very favorite thing about life in Knoxville.
Let's get right into it. 10 things that you should know if you're thinking of living in either Murfreesboro, Tennessee or Knoxville, Tennessee. Make sure to let us know in the comments which city you're liking the most and why. And make sure to stay tuned until the very end because Haley and I are going to share with you our favorite things about Knoxville and Murfreesboro, Tennessee. First off, you may have heard of Murfreesboro, Tennessee because of its location. Geographically, it's the exact center of the state. Back in the early 1800s, when the city was just getting settled, our city was named Canonsburg. Well, that name didn't last very long because a month later, the original settler to the Murfreesboro area, he decided to name it Murfreesboro in honor of his friend Colonel Hardy Murphy. Our city even served as state capital between 1818 and 1826 due to this central location. We're also known for just being 30 miles southeast of Nashville, Tennessee. If you want to live close to Nashville but not live right in the city, Murfreesboro may be a place to consider. Lots of people love to raise their family here because of the strong local economy. There's lots of good jobs in the area, as well as excellent schools. Middle Tennessee State University is also located here, the most affordable of all of our major four-year universities here in Tennessee.
The locals say that Knoxville is in the valley, which translates into saying that Knoxville is in East Tennessee, just west of the Great Smoky Mountains. Knoxville is the third largest city in Tennessee, just after Nashville and Memphis. The history of Knoxville, Tennessee began with the establishment of James White's fort on the Trans-Appalachian frontier in 1786. The fort was chosen as the capital of the Southwest Territory in 1790. And the city was named in 1791 after Secretary of War Henry Knox. Knoxville was actually the very first capital of Tennessee in 1796, so we're already winning, okay? Today, Knoxville is the third largest economy in the state and is a great choice for those looking for accessibility because we have major interstates running through Knoxville that include I-40, I-81, and I-75. The University of Tennessee is located in Knoxville, and our tailgate game is strong. We take SEC sports very seriously here.
Secondly, we have some Civil War history in our area. You can learn all about this when you visit the Stones River National Battlefield. The battle that was fought here was very bitter. The Union forces under General Rosecrans won a victory under the Confederate forces that were led by General Bragg. And you'll find local parks in the area named after both of them. And there are many other places around town that you can visit that predate the Civil War in the Murfreesboro area, such as the Oakland's Mansion just off Maney Avenue.
Knoxville Civil War history is also quite interesting. Knoxville was a city bitterly divided during the Civil War and as a result was alternately occupied by both Confederate and Union armies. In fact, in Fort Sanders, an area very close to the University of Tennessee campus, two historical monuments still stand today. Can you guess the names? The Confederate Monument and the Union Monument. Very creative. The National Cemetery in Knoxville features hundreds of Union soldiers, while the Old Gray Cemetery features both Union and Confederate soldiers.
The third thing that you should know about Murfreesboro is the accessibility. BNA, Nashville's major airport, is just 35 minutes away if you need to zip out of town. And if you want to drive, you're less than a day's drive from 75% of the country. Because of our accessibility, we have a lot of big name employers in our area. Bridgestone, Amazon, Nissan, just to name a few.
Knoxville offers amazing accessibility as well. Knoxville is a crossroads for major interstates I-40, which runs east to west, or you know what I'm saying, from North Carolina all the way to California. I-81 splits from I-40 just outside Knoxville and runs north all the way to Ontario, Canada. I-75 passes through Knoxville, also running north to south from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan all the way down to South Florida. McGee-Tyson Airport is just 20 minutes from downtown Knoxville and is one of 4 major airports in the state. The largest employers in the Knoxville, Tennessee area are the United States Department of Energy, we have a nuclear weapons history here, Covenant Health, and the University of Tennessee.
The fourth thing that you have to think about is the geography and sprawl. We do have a few rolling hills, but it's mostly flat. You will find a lot of trees. You'll even come across some creeks and ponds and of course the Stones River. And Murfreesboro is very spread out. I definitely would suggest that you'll need a car or some type of transportation to get to where you're going, because you might be a few miles from the grocery store, a few miles from the interstate, a few miles from where you work. And believe it or not, Murfreesboro still has a lot of undeveloped land. We're still growing.
So while Knoxville is also sprawling, think 104 square miles of sprawl, unlike Murfreesboro, it cannot really be described as flat. Again, Knoxville sits just at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, so as a result, we have rolling hills for sure. There are several communities where you could potentially walk or ride your bike to get anywhere you needed, but those are really very limited and not the norm. Sidewalks are also not the norm, and a car is certainly needed to get pretty much anywhere within the area.
Fifth, the schools and universities. As I mentioned earlier, Murfreesboro is known for being the home of Middle Tennessee State University and the home of the Blue Raiders. It's a great public option here locally, but we also have Motlow State Community College and the Tennessee College of Applied Technology nearby. Here in Murfreesboro, the public schools overall do have a favorable rating. For specifics and the ratings, you can check all of that out at greatschools.org. We also offer magnet schools that your student can test into, and they teach a STEM curriculum. Alternatively, you always have the option of putting your child in a private Christian school, homeschooling, or Montessori schools.
Okay, question. Has anyone here ever heard the theme song for the MTSU Blue Raiders? No, you haven't. However, has anyone here ever heard This is the University of Tennessee fight song, and we get down to Rocky Top. SEC Sports and the Tennessee Volunteers are big here. Pat Summitt, Peyton Manning, Alvin Kamara, Shamika Holdsclaw, Carol Lawson. I mean, I could literally go on. These are all University of Tennessee legends. Beyond UTK, the K-12 public education system offers great learning opportunities for students in the area. Because the National Lab is located here, K-12 schools have access to high-level science and engineering professionals and programming. Some of our public school robotics teams are even adopted and mentored by engineers from the Y12 and CNS Lab. Pretty cool.
The sixth thing to consider between Knoxville and Murfreesboro, Tennessee are the things in the area to do. Here in Murfreesboro, you will find an abundance of community-type events. Food truck events, festivals, farmers markets, things like that. We have the Murfreesboro Center for the Arts, as well as events to attract local artists. We have some really great parks, an awesome greenway system that goes all throughout the city, and we also have some fantastic playgrounds that you can take the kids. And you can't miss the Discovery Center here in Murfreesboro. It's a science and tech museum. It's a great place to take the kids. Even the big kids would enjoy it. It's just adjacent to the Murfree Spring wetlands. By the way, if you're finding value in this video, or if you just like Murfreesboro, make sure to tap that like button.
Wait. If you like Knoxville, be sure to tap the like button and comment Rocky Top. Anyway, okay, Knoxville has a lot to do. For those that love the outdoors, we have the Knoxville Urban Wilderness, over 50 miles of trails and greenways connecting nature centers, lakes, historic sites, playgrounds, 5 city parks, rock quarries, and even a 500-acre wildlife area. The Historic Tennessee Theater is an awesome venue for music and performance, and Dollywood, I mean, come on now. It is just a 30 to 45-minute drive from the Knoxville area and is one of the nation's most beloved theme parks. Knoxville offers 9 lakes as well as the Great Smoky Mountains within a 20-minute drive. Annual events include the Dogwood Arts Festival in the spring, the Big Ears Music Festival, the Fantasy of Trees in support of the East Tennessee Children's Hospital, and the Knoxville Brew Fest, just to name a few.
7th, Murfreesboro has some name brand and some local restaurants alike. Anything from a Bonefish Grill to the Metro Diner. Local spots to eat at include Primrose Cafe, Puckett's, the Alley on Main, and you'll definitely want to get some local ice cream at Hattie Jane's Creamery on the square. Grab yourself a local brew at the Brass Horn downtown. And we also have a couple of breweries that are local to the Murfreesboro area as well, the Mayday Brewery as well as Hop Springs. Check out the Mayday Brewery if you want some downtown chill vibes, whereas Hop Springs, it's on a massive park. It has anything from disc golf to a dog park, live music events, and so much more. As far as dance clubs, that's not really the Murfreesboro scene. You'll definitely want to go to Nashville to get down like that.
Okay, well, as far as dance, where did you come from? Where did you go? I mean, that's right. One of Knoxville's favorite places to dance by many is the Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, so confession, I grew up here, but I've actually never been there. I've heard really great stories though. So if that tells you anything about our dance and clubbing scene, it's not really all that. As far as restaurants, we are similar to Murfreesboro. We offer typical chains like Bonefish and Chewy's, and then we have a more eclectic kind of foodie, local eatery vibe coming up, where we have places like Landing House, which is a Chinese, Cambodian, and French-inspired restaurant. Chivo and Che Guevara have some of the best Mexican food. Vita has amazing Spanish tapas, and Kefi is awesome Mediterranean. These are just a few of my favorites. Okay, as far as ice cream, we have Cruz Farm. And if you go downtown on Gay Street, you're going to see this line like wrapped around the corner. But I'm just telling you, it is worth the wait, number one. And number two, the line actually does move very fast. If you are a beer person, microbreweries are all the rage here. Head to Sevier Avenue in South Knoxville and have your very own brew tour. Seriously, your own brew tour. It's possible.
Speaking of Cotton Eye Joe, which one of us do you think used to work there? Make sure to give it a guess down in the comments. The first one to guess correctly gets a heart. The 8th thing to consider is the shopping scene, since that is what's so convenient about the city life. Just like the restaurants in Murfreesboro, the shopping scene is a fantastic mixture of the big name brands that you know and love, as well as these awesome local boutiques. Go check out the Avenue. It's a huge outdoor mall. And we even have an old school mall. Or you can even check out our super old school mall, the Stones River Mall. We still have a JCPenney and a Dillard's. You can walk from one end to the other in about 5 minutes. It's super cute. And then you have a lot of really cool local stores throughout the downtown and public square, but we also have the local stores sprinkled all throughout the city.
Shopping in Knoxville is your standard shopping mall type experience. 2 of our most popular shopping destinations are Turkey Creek out in Farragut and Westtown Mall, a little closer in west, but still west. These offer stores that range in diversity from Ulta to Banana Republic to department stores such as JCPenney, Belk, and Dillard's. If you are up for a little drive, Pigeon Forge offers a Tanger outlet mall, and it is super popular, especially in Christmas, so be prepared to look for parking. Clothing boutiques can be found in some of the more popular pockets of Knoxville, like Farragut, Bearden, Powell, and Fountain City, but are not necessarily the norm.
Ninth, if you're looking to move to Murfreesboro right now, you should know that the median home price right now of just a basic 3-bedroom, 2-bath is about $315,000 right now. That's up nearly 10% from this same time last year. Just since 2018, our market is up about 29%. Overall, our home costs are about dead even with the national average, so at least half of y'all can save some money by moving here. The main reasons why you might want to move here though is just the overall quality of life, the strong economy, and the friendly people.
Knoxville is a bit cheaper when compared to Murfreesboro when it comes to housing prices. The median cost of housing as of June 2021 is $275,000, which is up almost 20% compared to last year's median price at $214,900. Nationally, home prices are up on an average of 13%, so Knoxville is far outpacing that average price increase. However, the median home price in Knoxville is still under the national average. When it comes to taxes in Tennessee, we are ranked 15th in the nation for the lowest property taxes. Note, however, that as mentioned, Knoxville is sprawling, which means many parts of Knoxville only have the cost of county taxes, but some homes are within the city limits, which means those homes pay both city taxes and county taxes. And this can be something that people really pay attention to when buying, because some people don't want to pay both taxes while other people want the perks of city taxes like garbage, recycling, etc. Regardless of the prices and taxes, people love living here because there's always something to do. People move here for scenic views, bigger yards, and the creative and friendly vibes of the people in Knoxville.
And lastly, my favorite thing about Murfreesboro has got to be the local parks and greenways. The Murfreesboro Greenway system spans from Barfield Park all the way to the north side of the city and everywhere in between. At the time that we're recording this video, they're even getting new playground equipment at Barfield Park, which is definitely my favorite park. You have got to check out the video that I made on Barfield Park a few months back. Not only is it convenient to where I live, but it has this cool wilderness station and additional hiking area that's just for walkers. It's just a great getaway within the city to experience nature.
Drum roll, please. My favorite thing about Knoxville, Tennessee are the mountain views. Now, I know you're going to say, Haley, that's so lame, but I'm just so serious right now. Growing up, my mom's front porch had some of the most gorgeous mountain views. We could even see Mount LeConte. In the wintertime, we saw the snow-capped mountains. It was just totally dreamy. Now, you can drive down I-40 through Knoxville and see the Appalachian Mountains. It's just like, oh. And as you exit Knox County into Sevier County, gorgeous mountain views. If you drive down Pellissippi, no matter which way you go, north or south, take your pick, mountain views.
That is so true. I just love a good horizon. This party ain't over yet. If you want an overview on East versus Middle Tennessee, you're gonna wanna watch this video right here next. I'll also leave a link in the description so that you can go check out Haley's channel and learn so much more about Knoxville and East Tennessee life. And make sure that you subscribe with the bell so that you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. I've got so much more to tell you about life and real estate in the Murfreesboro area and beyond, so I'll see you at the next video.